Hello everybody, Cooper here and welcome back to a brand new series on my channel. It is a Cricket Captain 2024 video. I'm about 6 months late to the party, but I am finally here. I hope you're all doing very well today. Today is Youth to Gold, which is a concept that is not my own, but basically it is you sign players under the age of 19 years old, you develop them into superstars, and then you win stuff basically. And I'm very excited to get this series underway. We are playing in England. We are taking control of Northamptonshire, the Manchester Originals, and hopefully one day, the England national team. Let's get into this. Welcome to Northamptonshire County Cricket Club. Your first task as captain of this team is to decide if you want to sign any new players which are currently available to help strengthen your squad for the forthcoming season. I will be signing new players, as that is the whole point of this series. As I said, 19 years old and younger. There is an exception to this rule. We are allowed to sign overseas players of any age because I think we use 2 at a time. I believe that's the case in county cricket. We are allowed to sign overseas players at any age. So for example, if we wanted to sign Steve Smith or Joe Root, actually not Joe Root, he's not an overseas player, but you get the idea. We'd be able to sign them. Apart from that, anybody that's under the age of 19, we are allowed to sign. But I just want to give a quick shout out to Omega Luke, who is the originator of this idea, I believe. He is a football manager YouTuber, so this would normally apply to football or soccer, depending on what part of the world you're from. Another part of this rule that he applies, which I'm not going to apply, is that once players get to the age of 30, he then moves them on. Now, I believe that only applies for current players, not so much players you sign. So, for example, what I'm going to do as sort of a countermeasure to that, so for example, somebody like Ravi Papara, who's on a 2-year deal and is above 30 years of age, I'm just going to wait until his contract expires and then I won't renew him. But all the other 30-year-olds, I believe, are only contracted for 1 year. Apart from David Willey, he's contracted for 3. But all the other players that I have signed or that are currently on my roster, I will let expire at season's end or whenever they do expire. But it's now time to get into the youth prospects. And here we go at our first look. Are there any good ones? I can see one good one. Who is this? It is Chris Follett. Averages 52 at first class. He's 18 years of age. He's also very affordable, which is handy. Let's continue to scroll down the list. I don't believe there's anybody else I want to sign. But we get at least one good youth player, which is handy. So we'll have a look a little bit further. Follett, he's not a great one-day player or T20 player, but we do know that he does open in one-day and T20 cricket. So we are going to sign him to a 3-year deal. Domestic players, I don't think I'll sign anybody here because I don't really think there's anybody that's going to be of quality and is under the age of 19. And we've got all of our overseas players, so there is nothing else for us to do here. Apart from sign Follett, increase our budget a little bit to 50,000. Oh, sorry, our youth team budget to 50,000, I should say. We're actually going to reduce the offer to Follett by 1,000, so we can do that. Hopefully he accepts. He doesn't want to sign that offer. Hopefully he signs this offer. He does sign that offer. We are now done with our first season transfers. As I said before, there's usually not a lot to do in the first window. There aren't any other youth players that I can see here that I'd probably want to sign. I might sign Jeffrey Carrington, depending on what his economy is. Yeah, he's not fantastic and he's 20 anyway, so it wouldn't matter. So that is going to be that for the first portion of this video. Let's get to coaching and training. Okay, I've assigned my first lot of coach and physio training. I'm not really going to focus on anybody else apart from Follett here because, to be perfectly honest, none of the other guys here are going to be recurring characters in this story. So we're really going to focus on Follett here. Now, if we look at this team, there is one thing that is screaming at me that we need, and that is another opening batsman. So what I've done here is I'm going to apply first class opener training to Follett. I've also applied physio so he doesn't get injured during the season, and that way he'll become a opening batsman across all formats. He does have a slight spin bowling preference, which is a little bit annoying considering he's an opener, but good leg side player. Average aggression isn't, a big deal, but we'll make and work with that as much as we can. We've got our first match on the 5th of April. It's currently April Fool's Day 2024. Now, there are 14 county matches this season, or every season, I should say. As we just skip forward a little bit, Dave Woolley's out for 7 weeks. Fantastic. What we're going to do here is I'm going to put an 11 together, and we basically, how this is going to work is we're not going to play every single game. We are going to play every single game is what I mean, but you are not going to see me ball for ball playing every single game. How I'm going to do it is break it down in, for example, first class matches and test matches will be session by session. 50 over matches will be every 10 overs. And with T20 cricket, it'll be, I think, maybe every 6 overs, and then we'll watch the final 2 or whatever. So that is how it's going to work, basically. I'm going to put an 11 together for this first match. I will see you in a second. Okay, my 11 has been picked for this first county championship fixture. We're going to bat Follett at 3, even though I am training him as an opener. But we've got Vasconcelos, Emilio Gay, Karun Nair, who scored a triple century for India in one of his first tests and proceeded to score 71 runs in the other 6 innings he had. Incredible. He's going to be one of our overseas players. He's batting at number 4 and is captain for today. Liam Proctor, Robert Keogh, I think it's Lewis McManus. He's going to be our wicket keeper today. Chris Tremaine, Sanderson, Scrimshaw, and White are the bowlers. Tremaine, I think he used to play for Western Australia, I believe, or Victoria. Victoria, New South Wales. I was close enough. So that is going to be my starting 11 for today. It is probably going to change over the course of the season, form depending on, of course. Conditions for this match up against Sussex in Brighton, I believe, or in Hove. It's not great. There's a little bit of overcast-ish conditions on day 3 and 4, but the first couple of days should be pretty good. I dare say if we win, this will be a bat first pitch, even though it is a little bit bouncy, but hopefully we can get what we want here. So we're going to play this first game. We are going to call heads on the toss. Looks like they have a pretty good 11. They got Taines, Clark, Pujara, Allsop, Cole, Simpson, Archer. I'm not sure who number 7 is. Ollie Robinson, Carvelis, and Curry. We're a little bit familiar with Sussex as when we were playing Cricket 24 with Steve Smith. In that career mode, we played with Sussex for a little bit. So we do know a little bit about them, but we are going to bat first. I will see you guys at the 10 over mark. Okay, we've made it to 10 overs and we're not doing too bad. We're going at about just under 4 and over, 3.7 runs and over, but we've already lost a wicket, unfortunately. Vasconcelos got caught on the crease, LBW to Jofra Archer, who, as we know, is a very good bowler when healthy. The when healthy bit being the big question mark and explanation mark and thing that stands out like a sore thumb with Jofra Archer. Chris Follett hasn't been too bad. He's only got the 12 off 25. Emilio Gay is scoring the majority of the runs. He has 19 off 32 so far. I'm really liking how we're going so far, but I will catch up with you guys. Obviously, we do the first 10 overs, and then I will see you guys at the end of the first session. I think that's where we're going to meet up next. We have made it through to lunch with only one more wicket lost. It was the wicket of Emilio Gay. He eventually fell 424 off 49 deliveries. If we're going to have a look at his wicket in a second, it's actually not going to show us the highlight, unfortunately. Actually, will it down here? No, we can't watch it. But Karun Nair is now in. He's 13 off 38. And Chris Follett, 18 years of age. He's made 60 on debut. Very, very happy with his work. 6 fours and a 6 to his name. If he can convert into 100 on debut for Northamptonshire, that would be amazing. But we will wait and see how that goes. In terms of the other teams in the county championship, we won't really look at Division 1 because that doesn't really concern us. Gloucestershire, they're 3 for 94. Middlesex are currently 1 for 32. And Yorkshire are 1 for 114. If we go into the bowling card now, we will be able to see Emilio Gay's dismissal. And he was dismissed by a really sharp catch at second slip. Really, really nice. Again, we'll probably meet up again at the 15 over mark. I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to split it into sort of drinks break, well, 15 overs, drinks break, end of session. That's how I'm going to split up the highlights, I suppose. So I'm going to see you in and around the 47 over mark. So we've got to the halfway point of the second session on day one of this county championship fixture. Follett has not long fallen. He ended up getting out 464 off 116. Very good first class debut for him, or at least his first class innings, I should say. He ended up getting LBW to Ollie Robinson, middle and leg hitting. Very, very good delivery by the test bowler. We're probably going to meet up at the end of the first innings because a lot of the other guys on this team we are not invested in right now. It is all about Follett until we get some more talent. So I will see you guys at the change of innings. Okay, we are now all out for 304. Just over an hour left in day one. 79 overs batted. I feel like we did reasonably well on this pitch. As we can see, a lot of bounce. Although it has been pretty sunny, so not a lot of swing expected. Liam Proctor ended up high scoring for us. Did get 98. Couldn't survive Ollie Robinson's LBW shout. Tarun Nair ended up getting out for 65. And then everybody else just folded. Not a great. I mean, the top order was really good, but once we got to number 6, it just folded. Scrimshaw got a runnable 15. Apart from that, the middle order really disappointing. But now we get an opportunity to bowl at Sussex with about 53 minutes left in day one. We'll see how we go. I think if we can pick up 1, maybe 2 wickets on this pitch, we'll be in a good spot heading into day 2. Unfortunately, we couldn't get any wickets on day 1. We did leave them none for 30 off their 14 overs. Tom Clark with a couple of boundaries to his name, and then Tommy Haynes as well. He just stayed at the crease. We ended up using just the 3 bowlers. Chris Tremaine was very, very good with his 7 overs, none for 10. Ben Sanderson, none for 14 off his 6, and George Scrimshaw with the 1 over he bowled, went for 4. But let's get into day 2. Before we do that, actually, let's have a look at the scores around the grounds. Gloucestershire all out for 318. Derbyshire currently 2 for 42. Middlesex 3 for 473 on day 1. That is very impressive. And Yorkshire ended up getting all out for 421 on day 1 as well. Let's head in to lunch on day 2. Let's see the progress we've made. We head into lunch. Sussex 3 for 142. It was really, really good, but there is a bit of a partnership brewing between Tom Clark and Coles. It is James Coles. Is he the son of somebody? Remind me if he is the son of somebody, if you know in the comments. Obviously, he is the son of somebody, but I feel like his dad used to play for somebody. Might have even played for Northamptonshire, if I remember correctly. That's David Sales is who I'm thinking about. Different guy. Anyway. Yeah, 3 for 142. Tremaine and Sanderson have both taken the wickets. They were 3 for 95 at one point, but as I said, there is a bit of a partnership brewing. Scrimshaw's been expensive, as is Liam Proctor. White's only bowled the 2 overs, and Robert Keogh hasn't been too bad with his off spin, but we've really given Tremaine and Sanderson the main run of things with the ball. I dare say they will as we head into the second session. I'm hopeful that we can get a couple more wickets before the end of play today. If we have a look at the conditions, the bounce is really uneven now, so it should be really good for the fast bowlers. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put White back in as the bowler to start the session. Hopefully we can get some wickets. Let's see how we go. Sussex are now all out for 230. We did it all within the second session. They were a little bit expensive. Jofra Archer, really, really good, 33 of 30 with the bat. But the wickets that we took, they were basically start of the session, quick, bang, bang, 4 for 158, 5 for 166. We eventually had them 8 for 194, but then that last partnership between Jofra Archer and Bradley Curry really just extended their total a little bit longer than we would have thought. Bowling card wise, Tremaine ended up 4 for 47, really economic. Scrimshaw was 3 for 69. Did get the 3 quick wickets, but was going at 5.5 and over. Isn't great. Sanderson was good. White picked up one of those early wickets, and then Proctor and Keogh didn't bowl again. We've now got session and a half to bat. If we can get the lead out towards maybe 350, 400 by the end of day 3, that would be fantastic. I'm going to, since there's not a lot of time between, actually no, we'll just do the normal interval at the session's end. That is what we're going to do. Hopefully we are still none down. That would be ideal. Fingers crossed. We've lost a wicket on the final ball before tea. It is Emilio Gay, unfortunately. LBW again by Jofra Archer. But it's the tea interval. 1 for 30. Currently have a lead of 104. We are not doing too bad in the grand scheme of things, but we could be doing a little bit better. We'll go around the grounds once again. Derbyshire also all out for 277. They are down 41 runs behind Gloucestershire. Middlesex ended up declaring 6 for 611. Louis Deploy with a career high 241 ended up being the top scorer there, and Glamorgan are currently 2 for 166. And then in reply to Yorkshire's 421, Leicestershire currently 8 for 250. Do we have any bonus points at the moment? We do have 5 bonus points to Sussex's 3. Very happy with that so far. Follett now in. We have a job to do. Let's just get through to the end of day 2 in one piece. If we lose a wicket here or there, that is probably not ideal. But if we can score, I'm more concerned about not losing wickets and scoring runs at this point. We've still got a few days to go to get the runs. If we can get a lead up to 400 and then we declare, that will be a position I want to be in. Hopefully we can get there. We have reached the end of the day's play and we're currently 3 for 139. We are not doing too bad. Follett fell not long after the start of the session, and then Nair and Vasconcelos went on quite a little bit of a partnership. Ended up with a, I can't do the maths on that, 84 run partnership before Vasconcelos fell in the second to last over of the day's play. Nair, currently 54 not out, 8 fours and a 6, has been very good. Jofra Archer currently has 2 wickets. We have to keep an eye on him. Lead currently 213 at the start of day 3. If we can bat for the rest of today, that would be amazing. Maybe a little bit before the start of day 4, if we can declare, that would also be good. But yeah, lead of 350, 400 would be ideal. But obviously if we get all out, we get all out. We can't control that. But if I had my choice of things, lead of 350, 400 would be awesome. Let's see how the rest of this game plays out. We have secured our first victory of the season. We win by 83 runs. Sussex all out for 170 after we folded like a bag of chips. Our second innings, there was a massive collapse. It was absolutely awful. We were 2 for 132 to all out 10, all out for 179. It was absolutely horrible. No double-digit scorers after number 4. It was awful. Nair led the scoring with 68. He was very good this game. 2 half centuries against Sussex. 65 and 68, you'd have to say, very consistent. Vasconcelos redeemed himself after his first innings, which was not very good. Follett, first match, not bad at all. 7 of 22, couldn't capitalise on his good start in the first innings. But yeah, Jofra Archer, 7 for 60 in our second dig was absolutely incredible. But we were all over them. We took 2 early wickets before the end of the second section on day 3, and then 8 wickets in the final session to secure the victory. Sanderson, 5 for 45, 2 for 20, 2.25 economy. Tremaine got 1 for Scrimshaw, and White got the other 2. And then Karun Nair ended up being the man of the match. If we go around the grounds, Derbyshire won their game, 8 wicket victory. Guest ended up 84 not out. Who got man of the match? It was Nakaba Peter. I must say I'm not familiar with your work, but only his second first class game took 9 wickets and was very, very good. Middlesex beat Glamorgan by 7 wickets, which isn't too surprising. Lewis Deploy with his 241 led the way, and Yorkshire beat Leicestershire by 113 runs, with Shan Massoud getting 111 in the second innings, leading the way for Yorkshire. And as we can see, the Division 2 table, we are currently in third after the first round of games. Middlesex and Yorkshire leading the way with 24 and 23 points respectively. If we finish above this little green line here, we do get promoted, but obviously we want to get promoted as champions. But that will do it for today, guys. Now, we do have a little bit of training to get through, which I'm just going to keep the same as per usual. We have Middlesex at home in the next game, which I'm very excited to take a part of. Now, what I'm going to do, normally I'll do more than one game a video, but I just want to keep this first one relatively short, as this is only a little bit of an intro to the series. The videos that we go forward with will be a little bit longer, because as you can see, if we go to Northamptonshire, we've got quite a lot of fixtures to get through until the Vitality Blast begins. Is that before or after the 100? It is before, yes it is. So we've still got a whole bunch of first class cricket before we get into some 2020 cricket. And then obviously got the one day stuff and the 100, excuse me, as well. But that is going to do it for today, guys. If you are enjoying, or if you have enjoyed the return to cricket content on this channel, please leave a like on the video and subscribe to the channel if you are also new. And until next time, guys, I hope you have a lovely day wherever you are in the world, and I'll see you guys then. Bye.